Okay. Hi, Amanda. Welcome back.
Hey, Ariel.
Hi. So I'm really excited to hear about some of the plans that we talked about last week. Um,
hmm
just to recap, we were to talk about your plan to wait 24 hours after texting your boyfriend and then text them the next day. So how did that go?
It was really hard. I know that we've been talking about, waiting, and I did keep checking my phone, but I didn't let myself send the message, and that was really hard. Um, I don't know, it was just difficult for me to do it, but he didn't really, even though I don't really know that it worked because I waited 24 hours and that didn't make him call me. I still had to be the person to reach out to him. And so even though I waited, he just waited longer. And, I don't know that that really helped.
So do you feel that because he didn't respond that it was ineffective?
Yeah, because I thought that like if I waited, then I would come off as less emotional and that would make me more desirable, but it doesn't seem like that changed his behavior at all.
Okay. So what would it mean for you that he was possibly busy? What is that?
Hmm. Never really thought about that. Um, I mean, he can't always be busy,
Hmm.
right? I mean, I'm busy too. I'm in school, I work, and I had time to reach out to him. I made time for him, so I don't understand why he wouldn't be able to make time for me.
And I think you have some pretty valid points that that you seen for you that you value reaching out to your partner and making time for them. That means a lot to you. Have you expressed this to him?
No, because I don't want to come off as being needy. I just want to play hard to get and make him look like I don't care so that because I have a friend that does that and people just reach out to her all the time because she just makes herself unavailable, but I feel like that doesn't work for me. Like I try to do that and it doesn't really ever work. Maybe it's just a difference in the way she feels. I don't know.
Hey, that's pretty different. That's hard to say. How comfortable are you with playing hard to get?
I mean, I can pretend, but then ultimately if there's any sort of waiting period, then I just can't do it. So
Do you feel that because you were playing hard to get and it didn't seem to work, that it made you feel more and more depressed? I know that this is something that you talked about last time.
yeah, I just don't understand why like I can't find someone to be interested in me and call me all the time. And it just makes me internalize it. It makes me think about it. It makes me think about it more. I get distracted with different areas and then I don't want to do anything. So I just get in bed. I just think I need like a prescription or something.
Okay.
Maybe
So,
that would just be more helpful.
sure. Can you tell me more about those feelings of when you feel depressed and you want to lay in bed?
I just want, I think instead of just, I don't know, instead of just like working instead of like working on this and waiting, I just don't think it's working. I think for depression, I should just go and ask the psychiatrist for a pill and then just not talk about it. And I don't know. I think this is just really time consuming. And I don't know. I think maybe we should just stop because, it sounds like it's going to be like a lot of work and it may not have the same results as if I took a medication and was happier.
Okay, I see. So I see that talking about this makes you really uncomfortable, and I know that you want to go and you don't feel this is going to work, but I feel that we're talking through something that is very difficult for you, and I feel that it would very much benefit you and your treatment. Could we continue just for a little bit longer?
Um, I mean, I don't really, can you like, what is going to happen? Like, how long is this going to take?
There is no estimated time on how long it's going to take, but this is when we put in the hard work and trying to get through those uncomfortable feelings that we really become more comfortable. And I know that this is very hard to do, but you're already doing it. And it says a lot about you wanting to change those feelings.
What if it doesn't work? What if it just, I don't know, what if I just don't have more people get interested in me? Then I'm not any better off than what I was before. And it just costs so much money. And, every session is just a lot of money.
I understand that. And trust me, I know I can't control our fees, but from some of the goals that we talked about last week, how you really want to increase your self-esteem and how you want to get back to you and work on these things so you can overall do better at relationships. So we can't control this one. If he's not getting back to you, we can't control that right now, and it may be something different. Maybe we can work on these skills now with him as practice so that when you really are involved in someone and the person that you really are working well with, it can be more successful.
Okay. So, I mean, do you think this is going to work in the long run, or do you think it's going to, I don't know. So, like, what's the plan? Like,
Okay.
do you think we should, like, what would our plan be?
So it's definitely hard to stay on time, but each day that we work and we sit down together, we're going to work through some things that are going to make you uncomfortable. And we can work through those feelings together.
Okay.
And if you like, you can, at the end, we can discuss how you feel towards the end, if you feel like successful or if you want to continue.
Okay. That
Does that
works.
sound good? Okay, great.
So when are we going to meet? When will we meet again?
Okay. Well, our session, we have about 20 minutes left in our session. Right now, I can let you out maybe 15 minutes earlier. That works, but we will meet again next Sunday at 6 o'clock. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Okay, great. Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, switch.
Hey, Ariel. So we're coming to the end of our session, and I feel like we've made a lot of progress during today's session. How are you feeling about what we talked about today?
I know we talked a lot about me reaching out to my supervisor and, trying to let her know how I feel about the type of training that I need and the type of supervision that I need. So I feel that we talked a lot about it.
Okay. And it sounds like she was pretty responsive to the feedback that you gave her. And I guess it seems like maybe she's starting to respond, and I'm really happy about that. I'm glad that you made that effort, and just kind of you figured out a way to troubleshoot, increasing your relationship with her. And, I'm very happy that that's starting to work out for you. And I think that over the next few weeks, as we continue to work on more of those areas of need for you, I think we'll continue to make progress. As far as taking, what are some plans that maybe we would want to talk to about during our next few weeks? Do you have do we want to continue to talk more about your supervisor? Do we want to talk about maybe relationship with coworkers? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that now that my supervisor knows how I feel, it's going to be helpful. Definitely, perhaps maybe talking to some of my coworkers. I feel intimidated around some of my coworkers. They're just much more easily going and they can advocate for themselves, and I am just not that way. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. So then maybe during next week when we meet, we can check in again about your supervisor, make sure that relationship is continuing to develop. I'd like to just check in with that, see how things are going, if they've improved and if they're maintaining. That way we can address it if it seems like it's going back into what it was like for you before. As a plan to talk about your coworkers, we can maybe, if not to give you some homework, but just something to think about during the next week before we meet again is, what are some things that you find intimidating, if you can just, write those things down and be discussion points.
Sure.
And then
I see that.
okay. So then when we're here, we can come up with we'll address each of those concerns that you have and try to find solutions and remedies to how to address those problems.
Okay, so you recommend that I put it on a journal or just
Whatever
paper?
works for you. I mean, you can do something as simple as just putting bullet points on an index card, or as things, you can have, let's see, even if you have like a journal that's just this size and you want to just, write down different things here just as you think of them. It's always just something that's close by. You're like, oh, I want to talk about that. That would be fine too.
Okay.
Whatever
I
you
could
feel.
do that. Yeah, I think I have a little book upstairs that I could go get, and I can take it with me, keep it in my purse. That sounds like it sounds doable. I think I could do it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that works. Do you have any questions about what we went over today during our session?
Not really. I mean, I know that I'm going to have to talk to these people, and it makes me a little nervous, like I
Yeah.
said, and I have to overcome my fears, and I appreciate you pushing me to do those things. So
It's so hard, especially when you have these uncomfortable moments. It's not something that you want to, I mean, those are valid feelings. It's not something that these are people that you're going to work with. And if you're expressing your feelings to them, it makes you vulnerable. It puts you in a situation where you don't know how they're going to respond or what kind of things are going to happen. So, I applaud you for being able to do that. That's something that you're seeking out help with on your own. You're working to create better working relationships. So, I am very hopeful that, as a takeaway from this, your overall relationships with others will increase and your communication with them will improve. I'm excited. I'm really excited to continue to work with you.
thank you. Well, I'm really excited to go down this journey. I will let you know how it is this week. So.
Sounds good, and I can't wait to see what your notes are. Yeah, we'll work. We'll work through that.
Okay, that sounds good, Amanda. Thank you for meeting me today.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.